Hello and welcome everyone, it's time for the new Legacy video, and today we are diving in Infect again. And that's mainly because I believe that maybe we have gotten a big upgrade in LORWYN in the form of OKO LORWYN Liege. So my previous video I already played this one, where I played Band Control, and in Band Control I think Wistfulness was very good, and I was not so sure about OKO and already discussed that I would be playing this in Infect as well. So let's dive into why I believe this might be very good in Infect. So, if we read this card, first off, 3 mana OKO, it's always scary because remember the bad times, right? And what this OKO does is +2 or +1. +2 is one creature against all creature types, and +1 is target creature against -2, -0 until end of turn. So these modes are not that impactful for us. The +2 is also scary because keep in mind that Embiggen actually says that you have to target a non-Brushwag creature. So if you would target your own creature to give it all creature types, that actually becomes a Brushwag. So it's not targetable anymore with Embiggen. Just be wary of that. But the main reason why we want to play this is when we can flip it. So in the main phase we have to pay green and then it flips, and then all these modes are very relevant for us. So the -1 is mill 3 and you put a permanent from among them into your hand. That's good, get threats. -3 is create 2 green Elec tokens. That's also nice as an alternative win con, but the -6 is where this card really shines, because choose a creature type, you get an emblem with creatures you control of the chosen type get +3/+3, vigilance, and hexproof. This is insane. If we ever are able to just slam down this -6, that means that all of Rexons are at least 4/4s with vigilance and hexproof. Hexproof and the pump being the most important ones, but the vigilance is nothing to scoff at. I really like this ability. The only question is 3 mana and taking a turn to flip this. Is it worth it? And that's including the fact that you have to plus this OKO a couple of times, so maybe you have to find something in the form of proliferate to get this ticking up. I don't know. I like this effect. I'm just wondering, can we get there? That's basically it, right? But I do think that if we ever ultimate, we probably win on the spot. And maybe the other effects here are good enough, especially since a lot of players against us just want to do nothing for the first couple of turns, just fight over our threats. So I like this as an alternative win con, potentially. I want to see how good it is. Not sure if I would ever play 3, but I want to see it as much as I can for this video. I don't think I can go up to 4, that's just too much. So I'll probably land on 2 if I ever play this in real paper Magic, but we'll see how good it is. I didn't make that much changes to the deck list. If you've watched my recent content, I'm very big on Tifa right now, with Bowmasters being everywhere, and she basically has Infect even though she doesn't say so. I'm down on Glistener Elf right now, and then I had to make some room, so I cut the 1 Ponder, 1 Sylvan Library, and then I think I cut 1 Legolas because I'm hoping that this Hexproof might be just OKO giving this to me, and also have Tifa Lockhart, so I figured I can cut down to 1, or cut down to 3. Sideboarding, very experimental. I'm still looking for a lot of stuff here. I'm not sure about the sideboard since we are playing Tifas and the meta is still developing. One thing that I'm always going to start right now is 4 Veil of Summer. Card is busted. Everyone's playing black. Play it. Then I'm playing Swords again. I'm trying out bands. Not sure how good this is or how much we need it, because I want to protect OKO. This was I wanted to have some white cards in there. And the rest is relatively stock. Sylvan Libraries, Force of Vigors. Playing 2 Spell Pierces over Flusterstorm because we do have a lot of artifact-based decks and I prefer Spell Pierce there. And I'm playing 1 Rest in Peace just against the graveyard decks. It's very good against a lot of decks too, so I like 1 Rest in Peace, but this, like, the sideboard could very much be something different. Let me know what you are testing, I know what you're feeling, so yeah, let's play some OKOs. Starting off with the Great Hand, unfortunately here, no lands, so that's a mulligan. I do have OKO, but that's a mulligan because I have no lands. Keep in mind that this list, it has gone up to 19 lands, so this is more than we've ever played, so that was just an unfortunate start. We're going to keep this. I'm trimming down 1 OKO, and the best pump spell in here is probably Invigorate, since I do have this OKO. So I'm going to put him like this. And now we just want to draw a land and play OKO turn 2, see if that's good enough. Okay, we didn't find a land, but at least we find Tifa. Let's just play Noble here. Another reason why I like OKO in this list is that if we can turn 2 OKO, I think that is going to be very impactful. Let's Daze here, because if I don't, I'll probably never ever get the chance again. And if I want to win, I need to get lucky here. So I'm just going to play Tifa. Now if we draw a fetch land, we still just win through all this. Let's see if they have a removal spell. Back to basics. This is funny because I don't care. Okay, we didn't draw a land, unfortunately, otherwise we would have just annihilated them. So we just slam in here. Brainstorm is fine. Another Stoneforge. Very happy that I'm able to daze that one. Okay, we didn't draw land here. Don't really want to play this land, but I don't think Since I've drawn Blighted Agents, I can't afford to not play it since I have lethal next turn. The reason why I didn't want to play this land, because I was kind of... You know, I had the option of maybe in response to this land trigger double invigorating, and it's nice, but they do gain 6 life, so I wouldn't get there. But we are getting close. Doesn't look like they have a removal spell, they probably have used it. But at this point, if they find one removal spell, I already have double threat, so I don't care all that much anymore. They ponder. Yeah, they are digging for a removal spell, that's clear. They did keep with the ponder, so that's important. And they're actually ending the agents. It makes sense. I can still just kill them if I draw a land. Okay, I guess that means we're going to go for it here. Let's see what they have left. I'm going to use Invigorate. Going to do that again. And now we play the land. So double the power. And with the Exalted trigger, that is exactly 19. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Let's go to sideboarding. So against control decks, Sylvan Library is really good. So is Spell Pierce. I do think OKO should be really good in this matchup. It's why we want this. I don't think I want to have Daisies. Forces are not that great either. And I think what I'm going to also play is just a number of swords, not too many. So I think I trim down 2 forces since I have double Spell Pierce. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's submit. Winning after a mulligan to 5 feels quite nice. Not bad, let's keep. Another potential OKO turn 2, that would be really cool. Kind of want to see that. Especially since they can't prismatic ending it. Unless they play red, which they probably do. Inkmoth Nexus, that's a good pickup. Noble Resolves, no removal spell, that's good. So we will go for turn 2 OKO. They remove it, sure. They ponder and keep with the ponder. Okay. Let's play the Nexus. I will probably brainstorm end of turn because I find a land. I still have lethal here with Embiggen and Invigorate. And my guess is that they just pass the turn. And this is why I like OKO, right? What I want to do now is I just want to find the land and slam down OKO. And if it resolves, what are they going to do? It's awkward for them because they kind of have to fight over this. But sucks to be us because we failed to find the land. I'm going to play Blighted Agent here. And the reason is that I have triple Invigorate, so I could just go for it. But I don't want to walk into a removal spell. So I'm going to try and bait out removal spells for as long as I can. We'll have a swords here. Next turn, they probably have something like maybe a swords left. Only thing I'm really afraid of is back to basics. So if it is my turn, I will go for Tifa Lockhart, bait out more removal spells. Because they don't know that I don't have a land incoming. And hope they tap out here. They don't, but they do have an Narset. And I think if they don't find a swords here, I'm just going to go for it. Okay. Should have kept my mouth shut, I guess. And you can see here why this OKO would have been insanely powerful. Because their entire strategy is just to get rid of my creatures. They do swords now. Okay, good to realize. Let's see if they show me another swords. Otherwise, again, just gonna go for it. They played Chase. Please tap out. I dare you, tap out. And Brainstorm. So I'm just gonna go for it. Sylvan Library doesn't do anything because they have Narset. So let's see if they have found a swords or if they have counter magic. Everything resolves, so they definitely have another sword, and that's concession. Not much to say here. They just had everything, and we failed to find a land. Sucks to be us. So let's swap it like this and submit. Pretty good hand here. I'm going to keep. Now I should be able to pull off a turn 2 OKO unless they are able to get rid of my Noble. Now the good part here is that even if they do that, I still have Sylvan Library. But I think the way this hand is set up, that I probably want to go for turn 2 Sylvan Library. And if they fight over this, as they should, they will probably use like Upwall's Will, stuff like that. Maybe Prismatic Ending. I can protect it with Spell Pierce, so this is pretty good. There's an argument here for getting a basic forest if you have it. I'm not playing it, just putting that out there. They do have the ending. Excellent. Let's go for Sylvan Library. Let's see if they have Force. They do. Looks like they have everything again. But they might just be mana screwed. Land, please? No. In which case, I'm just going to play Tifa. They only have a basic plane, so no island, so their hand is filled with removal spells. But we have been extremely unlucky here with our draws, not finding lands when we needed it. They play Lavinia, okay. Don't really care about that, let's just pass. Drawing the library was nice. Probably just going to draw everything. Let's see if they find another way to get rid of Sylvan Library. Cryptic Coat, that's okay. Let's draw here. Bad. I'm gonna take none of these. And I'm just going to go for OKO here. And we shall give this one -2, -0. And I'm just going to slam it with Tifa. Because why wouldn't I? If they block, that's fine. Can't block this anyway, and the other one has 0-2, so... Fortunately, they also have the Pyroblast. But it's fine, I guess. I just need a pump spell. They Brainstorm, sure. The fact that they Pyroblast OKO immediately signals to me that they were very afraid of that, so I guess we just play another one. And I'm going to plus here because I want to have access to Spell Pierce. Let's keep the beads going. Ponder Resolves. They want to Ending Tifa. We can't have that now, can we? And they actually Force Will this. That's aggressive. I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can finally find some pump spells. No, we do not. Not the best league so far, I'm not gonna lie. Mana Screw and just not finding what we want. I've gone to a third of my deck, so finding a pump spell is unfortunate. Let's put these two back. I'm not gonna do this just yet. Play the Nexus. Play Agent. Play Tifa. Give this one all creature types, doesn't really matter. So the idea here is next turn, if I can actually ultimate with this OKO, that means all my Phyrexians will get +3 Vigilance, and Hexproof. And that means if I do that, then I'm actually just going to be able to kill them, because all my Phyrexians are now, like, extremely powerful. Teferi doesn't do much, it's the last card in hand, so if I'm able to ultimate this OKO, we just win. That would be really sweet. So they do bounce the Tifa here, and they will attack me with everything. So I think that means we just win. Let's go for the ult, Phyrexian. Okay, play the Nexus. We're gonna do this straight from the bat. Okay, this is pretty cool. Look at this. This is just amazing, dude. My god, this was insanely good. I just took a quick screenshot of it because this is... What a way to start off this league. Yeah, this is insane. Well, kind of like that. Let's go to the next round. I'm on the play, so I'm going to keep. This is pretty good. Well, I say it's pretty good, but that's only because I have Brainstorm. Otherwise, it would be kind of awful. But I'm going to keep Sewers, sure. They get rid of Brainstorm. Okay, so that means that their hand is filled with cantrips. Let's Hedge Maze. That's a nice one. Let's put that on top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the Inkmoth Nexus and nothing else, because I'm afraid of playing against a combo deck, so I'd rather keep the Force Will, the Bishop Blighted Agent, since I already have an Infect creature. We'll see if we need it. Wistfulness. I dig it. I'm going to let it resolve, of course. Bit afraid if we're playing against a Reanimator deck now, but so be it. Okay, we are playing against a Reanimator deck, so that's unfortunate. But let's Brainstorm. Okay, joining on a Force Will is pretty good. Bring some pump spells, please. No pump spells. Let's put these two back, put this on top. And I will just slam in. Sure, they may have days, but they probably rely on discard spells. They will reanimate. Okay, I'm going to pitch. I think I'd rather have this OKO, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to pitch Blighted Agents. That just works. Okay, nice. Maybe they just have another one. Okay, let's counter it. And they do have the days. Sideboarding is very easy here, so Vela Summer, Rest in Peace, going to be very good. And we shall bring in these as well. We do not want OKO in this matchup, and we do not need Legolas's, and we also do not need Inkmoth Nexus. So we do have room for one more spell. It's going to be a Swords. This is actually the first league where I've cut my endurances from the sideboard, since you do not face Reanimator at all anymore, and of course, that's when you run into it. His hand's very good if I draw a land. We do have Hedge Maze, so I'm just going to play it here. I'm going to play the Verdant Catacombs here so I can Hedge Maze end of turn. And the Sylvan Library is also very good against combo decks. Now that I know I'm playing against Reanimator, I will counter Wistfulness. See, this is funny. People do this all the time against Infect. Cover the Flowers is really not that good. Don't get me wrong, it's like fine, but we can get a forest, we can get savannas, we have Inkmoth Nexus, we have nobles. I'm just curious if I want to fight over this with a daze, because otherwise it's not going to be that impactful. But I'm honestly just thinking about letting it go, because as I said, it's just not that great. But I really do want to play Civil Library turn 2, so I'm actually going to Hedge Maze in response and see what's on top. If it's a land, I'm just going to let this one go. I know it's weird doing this in response because I give them mana, but it just shows you how much I care about Civil Library. Not a land, so that will be put on in the graveyard, and then I'm going to daze. Mainly because even if they fight over this, I can just decide to not replay the Hedge Maze. Otherwise, this daze is going to be bad anyway, so let's just play it. Hedge Maze, look for lands. Not a land, but in the graveyard. We've had a lot of mana issues this league, even though, as I said, we're playing 19 lands and 4 nobles. I guess that's just how it is sometimes. Tamio, let's get rid of that. I wonder how long that card will remain legal in Legacy. Though honestly, if they fight over this, it's okay. Especially if this list does not care about Tamio all that much. I just want to draw a land. Oh boy, just my luck. I think the game's over now. Play Hedge Maze, put a Traxxer into the graveyard. Let's hover over to the concession button. Carpet, okay. As long as they don't reanimate, it's fine. Reanimate, sure. I'm just going to ignore the last round happened because it was pretty much whatever, sure. That happens sometimes. Okay. Turn 2 OKO. Let's see how good it is. This OKO has been pretty insane. Every time I had it, it's been a lot better than I expected that it would be. Undercity, okay. Turn 2 OKO it is. And they put Brainstorm into the graveyard. Nice. Let's play OKO. I dig this. This is really cool. This is really cool. Being able to do this. Turn 2 is nice. So let's just plus here. It makes it so you don't even need pump spells anymore. And I'm surprised just how fast this thing ticks up. And now what my opponent's going to do, if they are playing the standard blue-black, the fair deck, there's not that much I'm afraid of. They choose creature here. They do not choose Planeswalker. I mean, that's fine. I don't need Noble. That's an interesting choice. I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure if that's correct. Let's just play Agent here. Just going to plus again and see. Next turn, we have this ult, and all our Phyrexians are going to be +3/+3 Hedgens and Hexproof. So this is so strong. I think I even underestimated it myself. Jesus Christ. So fast too. Stock up. Let's just daze. Looks like we're playing against blue-black show and tell. And keep in mind we still have pump spell, so any pump spell now is just lethal. Yeah. Just win. Right? Okay, so let's transform. Let's invigorate first. We're gonna ultimate. Choose Phyrexian. Animate the Nexus. And we just win. Jesus, man. This card is nuts. Wow, I'm just so happy. This is the first league I run with this card. If we're playing against a combo deck, I want to have all of these. I could see myself playing Rest in Peace, but I think since I've seen stock up, it's not going to be a Reanimation Shell. Normally I'd cut this OKO, but I don't know. Seeing how good it was last game, maybe I should keep. Let's just trim one. I'm assuming it's combo, so I'm going to trim Legolas's. Next eye. Still not sure what I'm up against, so I think I should probably reduce the number of libraries. And another Nexus. Also, since I'm cutting Nexai, you don't want to play as many OKOs. This is fine, I'm just going to keep. The only thing I don't want to see happening is turn on Portsies, but apart from that, this hand is... okay, that sucks. That really sucks. What are they going to take? Force Will, I guess? But then I still have Velar Summers. They take a Velar Summer. See, that's how disgusting it is. And this is what I was hoping for. We just draw the blue card here, being able to counter what they do. Nice. Oh, no, they take him Embiggen. I actually made a mistake here. I'm just going to chill. I don't know about Embiggen. I think that's maybe the worst card in my hand. Because I don't have a threat at this point. And you know what the best card for me now is to draw? It's freaking OKO, dude. They put Mystical Dispute into graveyard. Yeah, that doesn't do a lot anymore. Cut down. Do I care? I don't think so. I think they are baiting out Veil of Summer from my hand. I don't need Noble. Cool. Let's just play a Misty and pass. What does Noble do for me at that point? Nothing. And I'm not fetching up Hedge Mazes because I want to get it when I'm very afraid of what's coming. This is interesting. I really want to Brainstorm, but if I fail to find a blue card, I'm in trouble. So I think I'm going to Veil of Summer first. Draw, see what's up. Okay, we draw a blue card, so now I can Brainstorm. Hopefully find another blue card. Keep this Blooded Agent. Yeah, it's pretty good. So what are we doing here? I think I put these two back and then force. This is cool, they actually misdirect. Now I can probably race this Murktide if I find some pump spells with Blooded Agents. So do I care? I don't think so, if I'm being honest. It's funny because I actually had double force, but I was not playing around misdirection, that's for sure. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Just want to find some pump spells. That's not a pump spell. Let's draw. That's pump spell number 1. They just draw and slam in. Okay. Tifa, not bad. Let's play her first. Because this means that next turn, drawing a fetch land is also good. Instead of having to rely on another pump spell. Sauron's Ransom. It's been a while since I've seen that card. Well, that's okay. So I want to set this up in a way that they really want to take the pile that I give them. But it's like, it seems pretty awful. So Sudden Edict is not that great because I'm just going to rely on Tifa. So if they do that, that's fine. And then if they disrupt me, I can just pay for it. So I'm actually going to put these on top. So I expect that they will take these, which is okay. I just don't want them to have any combination of these two. And they did put Disrupt and Thassa's Oracle into the graveyard. So there's the Brainstorm that we knew about. So important for me to realize they have Sudden Edict in hand. So all we need is a fetch land, that's it. We go to game 3. This is the Doomsday Hybrid version. Plague Engineer. This is so funny because I can actually kill them through this Plague Engineer. So they will name Phyrexian and I don't care. This is another reason why I love Tifa so much. Oh cool, they can actually name Human because she's the human as well. Doesn't really matter if I'm being honest. And they do not attack. So they are afraid, as they should be. Brainstorm here. So I'm not going to be able to kill them now. The thing is, I really need to because they do have the split second spell. So I'm probably going to have to Brainstorm. That's the cool thing when you can do with Tifa. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play the fetch, trigger on the stack, fetch, and then Brainstorm. If I don't win now, I don't think I'm ever going to win, so I think Daze is better. So let's put these two back. So play the fetch, trigger on the stack, fetch, trigger on the stack, Brainstorm. And just need another pump spell here. No pump spell. Well, we have one more go. Ooh, okay. Combat math. Who says legacy players can't do combat math? Okay, so double invigorate, that's 8. So that means we will go to 16, 32. They can prevent 9 damage, so 23, but they will gain 6 life. I think we're going to do Exaxes here. That's amazing. Okay, this is... this league has been amazing. Okay, let's invigorate. Invigorate again. 16... 32. Slam in here. Oh my god, this is insane! Oh man, I'm so happy. Oh, Tifa is just such a big upgrade. Man, this is one hell of a league. Jesus Christ. Okay, we do have OKOs again, so let's keep. Guide of Souls. Okay, so this is going to be a race. Against these kind of decks, OKO is not going to be great. It's going to be too slow. So I'm going to need to find pump spells. Noble is okay. And play that. So let's play the Nexus, play the Noble. Although, honestly, depending on what they do, I may just want to have OKO. We'll see. If they're not going to do anything, I'm just going to slam down this OKO. It's just so obvious that they are holding up like something like Bowmasters or double removal spell. It's going to be something like that. So let's just plus and pass. This is so predictable, dude. Let's Brainstorm in response. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Not gonna complain about that. So I want to win next turn. If they have Thoughtseize, I don't want them to take a big one. That's the best one. So I'm going to put them... Well, I don't want to have the OKO, I think, so I'm going to put them like this and pass turn. The power of OKO is also that they really need to take care of it. We saw how powerful the ultimate was, right? It's just insanely strong with it giving hexproof and a pump ability. Bombardment. Yeah, that's a good one. Can't do anything about that. Okay, this player gets it. They will just attack OKO with everything. Okay, so what do I want to do? If I go for it, they actually have to get rid of all their creatures, but then I've used all my pump spells. I guess what I want to do is just plus this creature every single turn. I'm going to play the agent and I'm going to pass. Now what I want to draw is basically just Legolas's quick reflexes. This Eon is going to be very good. And don't be fooled, this OKO is actually very good, but the Goblin Bombardment is the one that I care about. Time to yield to the turn, I guess. They will have the Ayani, sure. Make a cat. But we're still going to win just if we draw a Legolas. Okay, let's fetch in our upkeep. Tifa, not bad. I'm going to play it. We need to kill 2 of their own creatures to make this one work, so... I'm talking about Goblin Bombardment, of course. Backstreet, get rid of Amped Raptor, sure. Make a cat, get some triggers. That happens. Raptor, sure. Again, I just need Legolas. Let's just yield to the turn. Voice of Victory, don't really care. It's possible that they're going to be able to kill me with this Goblin Bombardment right now. They're playing it safe. Nice. Alright. Top deck, Legolas, and win. Nope. Okay, let's just go for it. You never know, they might mess up. This one has flying though, so okay. Yeah, I'm going to concede. I was never going to win here, unless I had exactly Legolas. So Goblin Bombardment is annoying, that's pretty much the only thing you care about. So I'm going to also play these Spell Pierces. So I don't like Forces, and I think OKO, even though it was quite good where we saw it, it is a bit too slow. I'd rather have swords and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave in 1, I guess. Just play like this. Yikes. We do have threats, like 1 pump spell, and this is insane. I think I'm going to keep... I'm keeping this purely based off of statistics. I have 7 cantrips, and I have 7 pump spells remaining, so the chances of me finding what I need are so high. Especially with this Surveyor land, turn 1. A land, that's bad. Legolas also has Wasteland protection, so... There we go, nice. I actually don't want to fight over this Wasteland. Okay, that does change things. I was about to say that I didn't want to fight over the Wasteland because I had lethal anyway, right? And since Embiggen requires double green, I'm not going to save it now, I have time. So now that I've drawn Invigorate, I can just go for it next turn, whatever they do. So now if they Wasteland me, I probably have to try and save it. But the thing is, if you save the Nexus with the Wasteland, Swords is live. So I didn't like doing that. Anyway, let's just kill him now, because there's no way how we are not going to win. I should probably put the 4th Legolas in the sideboard, if I'm being honest, if I'm playing this list. So Invigorate resolves. Sure, Embiggen will resolve as well. And now we shall Legolas. I think we just win unless they have Shield's Edict, but these decks usually don't play that card, so... But you never know. Maybe my opponent decided that it's worth it. No, we just win the game. Told you a couple of times before that Legolas is Infect's I win button, and we were able to show that again. I've been brewing heavily with Infect recently, and Tifa is just such a big upgrade too, and now OKO maybe as well. It's, yeah, I'm not unhappy. Thoughtseize. Okay, my hand is pretty resilient to a Thoughtseize, so that's fine. I guess that they take Ponder? That would be the card I'm most afraid of. Then if I just draw land, taking Ponder doesn't do anything, so I don't think they can afford to take the Ponder, but they just do, so yeah, there we go. That's why I don't think taking the Ponder there was very risky on their end. I can see why you would do that, but statistically the chances of me drawing Ponder are the highest. Sorry, drawing a land are the highest of my entire deck. Voice of Victory. So I'm going to have to decide if I want to daze this. If I do, that means that I do pick up the land, but if I don't, I'm never going to have this daze again. And I can't cast spells during their turn, and I think that's the most annoying part. I'm going to Hedge Maze, OKO, it's too slow. See, this is why I don't like it. You for the turn. Noble, okay. Let us play I think I want to have Blighted Agent now, because I think they will remove that. I actually just realized that I completely forgot to daze. That was the intention. Then again, it might just be worth not doing it. Wasn't completely hyped about this daze. It's fine like this. Just go for the race and see if we can get him. I can yield here because I can't do anything in their turn. Bombardment. That's the real payoff that I was afraid of. And that's true generally against energy. The matchup is pretty good unless they have bombardment, so I'm just going to concede here. The combination of these two is just impossible for me to beat. I have nothing that can deal with this unless I draw exactly into Inkmoth Nexus. But especially since I want to do days, but I just completely forgot to do that, makes it like this is pretty much a non-game. That's on me. Okay, so after losing against Goblin Bombardment deck twice, let's see if we can finish strong here. Let's keep this hand's fine. I have Brainstorm, I have Threats, Chancellor of the Annex. Okay, if we're going to be losing against... Ooh, it's not going to be Reanimate, it's going to be Initiative. Against Initiative. Let's play the Misty. Against Initiative, Agent and Tifa are pretty good. Annoying Peacekeeper. Okay, so I'm just going to fetch. I will just daze here, because if I don't, I'm never going to be able to do that. And this also allows me to get rid of this stupid Chancellor of the Annex trigger. Let's see if they pay for it. They do not. Nice. Now we can play Noble. Archon. Okay. I don't care about it all that much. They Solitude too. So I'm going to be able to actually save my Noble. Do I want to is the question. I guess I do. What if I don't draw land? Or do I want to do that? I could also just say fine and then Brainstorm for another land. It does slow me down a whole lot. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Legolas here. They've basically just thrown away a card, and I still have Burn Catacomb. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to next turn play the Tifa, so I'm not going to play it now. And then I only need to cast one spell to actually be lethal. Pretty good. Now, of course, I'm not going to be able to fetch and do it at the same time. They take the initiative. Let's Brainstorm in response. Okay, not the best, but so be it. Okay, so let's just slam in, get the initiative. They actually block. Okay, I was not expecting that. Play the land, pass. So I guess I turn my pump spells into removal spells. They cast One Ring. Okay, that wasn't expected. Let's fetch in the upkeep. Get Hedge Maze, let's see what's on top. Brainstorm, don't want that. We don't want to draw lands. Inkmoth Nexus, not bad. So I think I'm going to attack first, see if I can take back the initiative. Wait a minute, does that work with the One Ring? Because I'm not going to deal damage, right? You have protection from everything. So I guess I don't deal combat damage? Yeah, let's not attack. Let's play Tifa and pass. Now that I already have the Invigorate and the land, I'm going to be able to trample in for 11 damage. So with the One Ring, that could be enough. Let's see if they find removal. Also, they all have Ancient Tomb, so if they don't have a way to get rid of this Tifa, I think we're fine. They've just passed through the turn. Alright, trigger on the stack. Hardcast this. And let's see if they found Solitude. No, but they find pretty much the same thing. Alright. Dead. But again, Tifa almost took over the game. That's what I always said when I started playing Tifa. You should compare Tifa because I'm playing it instead of Glistener Elf. Imagine I had Glistener Elf in that spot. That would have done nothing, right? So it just shows you the power level of the card. Now, how good is OKO going to be here? They are quick, but it does make creatures. It makes their creatures worse. But I don't know. I think I'd rather have the rest of these. So I think OKO is not for this matchup specifically. And I guess I trim one force. I would like to play first. Thank you very much. This is a good hand. Let's keep. Play the Noble and pass. Let's see how busted their start is. I've sometimes considered whether or not I should bring in Force of Vigor against them, but it's often just not worth it. Transfer is fine. I have mana. It's funny because that card doesn't do anything if you're on the play. At least that's true for Infect. Let's play the Blighted Agent that we drew. Swords, sure. And now let's play Tifa, because if we find a fetch land, that's just lethal, because I already have Invigorate and I can hardcast. Touch the Spirit Realm, sure. Like they have it all, but I can still just attack. That's a fetch, okay. So I guess I just slam in here. So I think their hand was just purely disruption, nothing else. And they have the Dungeoneer, but that's okay, I can get rid of that. And they can't cast anything now. They have Trinisphere. So what I'm going to need to do is I can't get Hedge Maze, because what I want to do is if I fail to find the land, I definitely want to have the initiative, right? I need to take it now. So I'm going to get rid of Seasoned Engineer straight away. And if I do that, I have to pay 3, so I have to be able to attack with this Noble. So I couldn't use the white mana that I get from Noble, because then I don't have enough mana to actually animate the Inkmoth Nexus. We don't have basics, so sure, let's pass. Now I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to take back the initiative. They only have 3 mana, so they touch the Spirit Realm. Sure, that doesn't really matter. So I have the option of going for the race, just putting the counters on Inkmoth. I can also scry, but I think I want to have as many threats as I possibly can, so I'm going to scry. I'll probably look for lands. Don't think I need another Tifa. I do want to have Inkmoth. I'm going to draw it, put in another threat, pass. I just want to be able to take back the initiative every single time. And they Solitude, sure. I still have 2 threats left, so it's clear that I'm the initiative player now. I actually want a treasure token. Don't get that all that often. And this is exactly why. So I can animate this Nexus. Now I can hardcast Invigorate. So now I just need to attack a couple of times with Inkmoth Nexus and win. We also make a skeleton next turn. This was just me being the initiative player now. We did see a whole lot of artifacts, so maybe I should swap things around a bit. These are pretty bad on the draw, so maybe I should play double Force of Vigor. Don't hate that. Let's just do this. The way the game played out, maybe this OKO wouldn't be too terrible, honestly. I'm not going to change anything anymore, but I think it might be okay. Pretty good hand, but you didn't lands to play the game, so I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, I'm going to keep this. Pump spells are not that impactful in this matchup, so I'm just hoping that they go for a very artifact-esque heavy opener. God of Souls, that's fine. Swords, yeah, pretty good pickup. Let's pass. Shintomb, Trinisphere. Annoying Peacekeeper. So I'm going to let it enter, because I don't really... If they take the swords, right, so I put Savannah here because if they take the swords, that's really okay, then I still have Brainstorm. I fetched first because I was actually anticipating of swordsing in response to this, but I changed my mind. They will just slam in. Okay, let's play the fetch and pass. We drew a land, so next turn we can still play the swords. Pride. Okay. So they are apparently playing some kind of a weird energy hybrid. Let's Hedge Maze here. Don't think I need Noble. I just need a threat. Yeah, that's not great. So I guess we Brainstorm. Maybe I should Swords the Ocelot. I think I'd rather try and race. Let's Brainstorm. Hand's pretty bad. Okay, that's a good hand, unless they have Wasteland. I'm definitely going to play Nexus this turn, so the best card in my hand is Invigorate. In case they are able to play another annoying Peacekeeper, I don't want them to name Invigorate, so let's just pass. They don't have the Trinisphere, which is unfortunate because that slows me down. Otherwise I could have been able to kill him. Can't cast Force of Vigor in my turn. I think we just did. Yep. Alright, looking back at this, the games were lost were pretty much because we didn't get to play a lot of Magic. But OKO was insanely powerful. It was so good. It has been surprisingly strong. Like, you can do some silly things with this, and the ultimate was a lot more easy than I expected that it would be. It's a bit unfortunate we didn't get to see more, like losing against Reanimator. That just happens because it's Reanimator. We had a non-games versus Goblin, Bombardment, and Trinispheres, but you saw in the other 2 games where we had a lot of interaction, OKO completely took over the game. One matchup I really want to see is against Blue-Black Tempo, because I think this is going to be really good there. And that's, of course, the deck that you have to beat in the meta right now, so I was really surprised by this OKO. It's going to be, maybe I should even go up to 4. I don't know, maybe that's too much, but you just want to try. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content and haven't done so, and I hope to see you for another video soon. Bye.